All right, today we're talking about the anatomy of the unwelcome surprise. You know that feeling, right? You walk into a room, a bunch of people jump out and yell, "Surprise!" And you're the only one who isn't celebrating? Yeah, we're going to get into the anatomy of that exact feeling.
Someone yells surprise, and everyone cheers. Everyone except you. Man, that just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's that moment of supposed collective joy that, for some of us, just lands like a ton of bricks. And wow, can it feel isolating?
So that really brings us to the big question here. Why does a fun moment sometimes feel like a full-blown panic attack? Let me tell you, it is not about being ungrateful. As we're about to see, the real reason goes way, way deeper.
Okay, so our first section here is what I like to call the surprise ambush. And that subtitle is so important. It's not ungrateful, it's a loss of control. Let's start thinking about it that way. It's not really a surprise, it's more of an ambush, right? Because that's what it feels like. And your reaction? It has absolutely nothing to do with being grateful. It's all about one thing: control. I mean, just think about it for a second. In one single instant, everything is gone. Your plans for the evening, your emotional state, heck, even what you're wearing, none of it is yours anymore. You've literally been yanked out of your own reality and shoved into a script someone else wrote for you. That sudden, total loss of control is the real problem. It's a genuine psychological ambush.
And if that wasn't enough, it gets even more complicated. Because on top of losing all control, you are suddenly on stage. This isn't just about the surprise itself. It's about performing for an audience. You have to deal with the exhausting task of a forced reaction. A surprise party isn't some private little moment. No, it's a public performance. And guess what? You're the star, whether you want to be or not. And this is where that huge internal conflict kicks in. You've got this mask you're supposed to wear, the "I love it" mask, right? You're forcing a smile, you're performing gratitude, but inside, the internal reality is totally different. It's sudden panic, it's feeling cornered, trapped, and having to keep up that public performance while you're feeling emotionally drained on the inside, it is absolutely exhausting.
All right, so we've talked about the psychology of it, but what is actually going on inside your brain? This is where things get really, really interesting. We're going to dive into your brain's broken prediction, the neuroscience behind the panic. Why does your brain basically short circuit in that moment?
So here's the most important thing you need to know about your brain. Your brain is a prediction machine. Seriously, its number one job, pretty much above all else, is to predict what's about to happen. It's constantly building these little models of the immediate future, all to keep you safe and keep your emotions in check. It's not just a cool feature. It's a biological imperative. So what happens when a surprise party just completely blows that prediction to pieces? Well, your brain flags something called a prediction error. And this isn't some cute metaphor. It's a real, actual neurological event. It's the brain's internal alarm system basically screaming, "Whoa, what I thought was happening is not what is happening."
Okay, let's walk through the chain reaction. Step 1. Your brain is constantly predicting the immediate future. Let's say it's predicting a quiet night in with Netflix. Step 2. A surprise shatters that prediction. Boom. 20 of your friends are in your living room. Step 3. That break triggers the prediction error alert. And then step 4. Your brain gets flooded, but not with happy chemicals. It gets flooded with the stress hormone cortisol. You've just been thrown into fight or flight. And this chart really shows the chemical response perfectly. Everyone who planned the party is expecting your brain to release a bunch of dopamine, the pleasure chemical. But because of that prediction error we just talked about, what you actually get is a huge spike in cortisol, the stress chemical. So your body isn't experiencing a treat, it's chemically experiencing a threat.
Okay, so let's tie all these threads together. We've talked about the loss of control, the pressure to perform, and the brain chemistry behind it all. And it all points to one really core human concept: the need for autonomy. It's all about why control is such a core human need. And this, right here, is really the heart of it all. Autonomy isn't a preference, it's a need. The ability to have some say in your own life, that's not just a nice to have. It's a fundamental psychological need, just like food or water. It's absolutely essential for our sense of safety and well-being. And a surprise party in an instant can strip every last bit of that away.
So what does all this tell us? What's the bottom line? Well, first, that control provides a deep feeling of safety, and that predictability is absolutely crucial for regulating our own emotions. But maybe the most important thing is this: reacting this way is about your brain's wiring, not your character. It doesn't make you ungrateful or a bad person, it makes you human. And, understanding this can really help us build empathy, not just for ourselves, but for others too.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. If control brings comfort and taking it away is the real problem, then what is the true gift we should be giving to the people we care about? Maybe it's not the surprise itself, but something that respects and even enhances their autonomy, instead of just taking it away.